Mendel's peas. Inheritance explained. Gregor Mendel was an Austrian monk and scientist who conducted experiments about variation in plants. He chose to study the pea plant as his primary model system to study heredity because it grows quickly, produces many seeds, and it can either self-pollinate or cross-pollinate with another plant. His experiments allowed him to discover fundamental principles of inheritance, which also apply to people and other animals. Mendel was curious what determined variance. He decided to look at 7 different pea plant traits: height, seed colour, seed shape, pod colour, pod shape, flower position, and flower colour. He used selective breeding to observe these traits over many generations. Mendel quickly discovered that by breeding a homozygous plant with yellow pea seeds and a homozygous plant with green pea seeds, the first offspring generation were heterozygous, yet always had yellow seeds. That is, they inherited a Y, yellow, dominant allele from one parent and a Y, green, recessive allele from the other. This meant that they had a 50-50 chance of passing on one or the other alleles to each individual offspring. The next generation, however, always had a ratio of 3 yellow to 1 green. Based on a mathematical analysis of the results of his experiments, he was confident to reach 3 conclusions. First, each trait is dependent on genes which are passed on unchanged. Second, one gene for each trait is inherited from each parent. Thirdly, some traits may not be apparent in an individual, but can be passed on to the next generation. He also concluded that the genotype is always more important than the phenotype when it comes to heredity.